Hey guys, TJ here of YugaTech, and as time flies, so does smartphone technology. Welcome to another episode of YugaTech Revisits, our segment that focuses on visiting all kinds of tech way back when. With the whirlwind of next-gen smartphones hitting the shelves each year, it's easy to get lost in the hype and overlook older models. But here's the thing, older doesn't necessarily mean obsolete. Take the Samsung Galaxy S10 from 2019 for instance. Even in 2023, it remains a compelling option for those seeking a reliable and well-rounded device. I mean, clearly, there shouldn't be a reason Miguel hasn't upgraded from this device, right?
I mean, I'm just a frugal guy, and I think a 4 to 5 to 7 year buying cycle of flagships might be better than a 2-year buying cycle with mid-rangers, and clearly, it still works pretty good.
So stick around and listen why you shouldn't overlook this 4-year-old gem. When the Samsung Galaxy S10 was unveiled in March of 2019, its design was nothing short of revolutionary. It was the first Samsung smartphone to incorporate the first iteration of the dynamic AMOLED display panel, which features a punch hole cutout for the selfie camera sensor. It's thin, sandwiched between Gorilla Glass that features very thin bezels for its time, stereo speakers that featured Dolby Atmos, and symmetrical design language overall. Apart from the top right in-display selfie camera, of course. In 2023, it's still a looker with its sleek form factor, high-quality materials, and drumroll please, a 3.5mm audio jack, a rare sight these days. It fits snug in hand, doesn't weigh down your pocket, and guess what? It doesn't look that dated. In the age of quad and even penta camera systems, the triple camera array on the Galaxy S10 might seem modest, but don't be deceived. Its 12-megapixel primary sensor that features a variable aperture of 1.5 to 2.4, 12-megapixel telephoto lens, and a 16-megapixel ultrawide can still hold their own. Even without the AI gimmicks, the Galaxy S10 delivers in sharpness, dynamic range, and low-light performance, good enough for most users. For casual photographers and even Instagram influencers, the S10's camera system is more than just serviceable. It's excellent, especially if you're into Samsung's color processing. I mean, check out some samples from Miguel's S10 from over 4 years. Most of the Samsung Galaxy S10s here in the Philippines featured Samsung's Exynos 9820 8nm chipset, with US and EU variants rocking the Snapdragon 855. After a while, people started to notice the contrast in performance scores when comparing the two SoCs, which is why the S23's rocking Snapdragons for all variants across the globe was such a big deal this year, which is also a little iconic, knowing that there's a time where Exynos ruled the land. But that's a story for another video. Of course, people learned to live with this notable observation, and for the most part, just lived with it. I mean, what was the vast majority of people who wanted this device to do? Have to go through the hassle of shipping a US variant from outside the country? So, in essence, this didn't really wreck the experience at all, unless you were some nerd who wanted to try the Pixel's Gcam app to subjectively get better quality images. So while it may not be the newest kid on the block, it still packs enough horsepower to tackle everyday tasks and even some intensive gaming from today. Paired with a robust 8 gigs of RAM, it ensures that you can run multiple apps without experiencing slowdowns. It's the perfect device for those who need reliability without the constant fear of lag or crashes. while the top-tier screen in 2019 remains a quality display in 2023, with a 6.1-inch dynamic AMOLED panel offering a geared-up resolution of 3040 by 1440, which results in a pixel density of 550 ppi, which translates to a really sharp content consumption experience, with deep blacks and really good contrast. It still competes favorably with many mid-range options available today. It may lack the 120Hz or higher refresh rates seen on modern devices, but the color, contrast, and sharpness still win hearts. Streaming Netflix or scrolling through Instagram is still a visual delight on the Galaxy S10. I mean, this thing has more pixels than the standard S23 released this year, which you may argue is unnecessary in this form factor and for battery life. But the fact that we have the option to use the higher resolution is nothing short but nice to have. Sure, there are phones out there that promise 2-day battery life at a similar size. But for average use involving social media, writing emails, shooting videos, and photography, the Galaxy S10's 3400 mAh battery can still hold its own. At this point, you have had this device since 2019. If you feel no need to 5G, faster storage speeds, and better raw performance, you wouldn't feel the need to upgrade this device. Maybe you'd want to replace the battery, as I'm sure battery health is no longer what it was. Fast charging and wireless charging capabilities add to the convenience factor of this device, making it an enduring contender in the power department. It doesn't charge as fast as the fastest charging devices out there, but it never did that when it was released either. The trade-off for this is in software. One UI arrived with the Galaxy S10 series of devices. At the time, they aimed the interface to focus on one-handed usability, with a more minimal design language compared to the TouchWiz. And yeah, it isn't the Pixel stock Android, but if you knew what it meant to have a Samsung Android flagship, you'd also know you'd get a slew of software features that just make sense. From being able to turn YouTube without premium into a floating window, to being able to have as much as 5 floating windows of almost any app, turn this smartphone into a productivity machine. And with DeX support, you literally have a desktop computer in your pockets. Users just had to figure out how to efficiently integrate these tools into their workflows. However, one primary concern when buying an older phone is the software support. Samsung has grown to be very novel with updates for its flagship models. The S10 currently runs on Android 12, and it's stopped here, so no more Android 13 on this guy. Though some features of Android 13 are already in here because of One UI 4.1. It's not cutting edge, and it's still secure, stable, and filled with amazing productivity features, especially if you run a Windows machine. This is thanks to Samsung's partnership with Microsoft. Last but not the least, the price. With flagship prices skyrocketing each year, the S10 offers flagship-level performance and features at a fraction of cost. Whether you're buying it new at a discounted price or picking up a well-cared-for second-hand model, the S10 delivers unparalleled value for money. If you are looking through second-hand markets, watch out for well-maintained Snapdragon variants or even the S10 5G model if you want 5G connectivity in your Galaxy S10. The Galaxy S10 may not be the buzzword in 2023, but it's far from being a retired dinosaur. Its high-quality camera system, enduring performance, and the value it brings to the table are undeniable. If you're in the market for a smartphone that does exceptionally well without breaking the bank, the Galaxy S10 is still worth considering. So there you have it. What do you guys think of the Galaxy S10 from 2019? Do you think there's still a place for this device in today's smartphone landscape? Let us know in the comments section below. And be sure to like this video if you found it informative and insightful. Don't forget to tap that bell icon so you get notified of our future uploads. And be sure to visit YugaTech.com to stay updated with the latest tech news and reviews. Again, this has been CJ, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!